Hi again, this is Steph from Polio Australia. Just while we're talking about fatigue, and if you have missed them, there have been a few other videos about fatigue and some strategies to manage, so you can go back and look at those. I just thought I'd share with you something called the spoon theory. It's basically an analogy that some people find helpful to both understand and explain to others about fatigue. It's from an article written by somebody called Christine Miserandino a few years ago, and I'll make sure there's a link to that original article at the bottom here or in the comments. And she used it basically to understand her own fatigue, but more importantly to explain to a friend of hers why it is that she couldn't do everything all the time. So they were sitting in a cafe. Her friend was asking about, why can't you do this, why can't you do that? And she decided to grab all the spoons that she could find and give them to her friend. So she gave her friend 12 spoons and she said, this is it, this is what you've got to spend for the day. So her friend was, trying to understand what that meant and breaking down what she might do during the day, and said, for example, okay, so I get up and get ready for work. And she said, no, you need to break that down further. Getting up and getting out of bed, that's 1 spoon, pass me 1 spoon. Having a shower, that's another spoon, pass me another spoon. Getting dressed, that's another spoon. By the time this person, figuratively got to work, she only had 6 spoons left. And the idea is that you have to be quite wise about how you spend your energy, because you've only got so much to spend in the day. So some days you might do something that you really want to do, but it takes a lot of energy. So you have to sacrifice some other things in that day. Or it might be, as she said in the article, that you can borrow a few spoons from tomorrow, but maybe that means tomorrow is going to be a very low energy day. So it's about making those choices and priorities between doing, for example, doing the things that you have to do and doing the things that you want to do, getting help with the things that you have to do so that you can do more of the things that you want to do, balancing it out so that you're not having to do everything at once. It's just, I thought, a helpful analogy to explain and understand fatigue. So this person that wrote the article, and again I will link to it in the comments, has had a lifetime due to chronic illness of having to work this out. And I'm going to read a quote from the article for you so that you know that she kind of understands those who are living with fatigue. She says, "It's hard. The hardest thing I ever had to learn is to slow down and not do everything." And I think for a lot of people who live with fatigue due to polio, that's a reality for them too. Learning to slow down can be really hard, and explaining to others that you need to learn to slow down can also be really hard. So I just thought I'd share this analogy with you in case it's helpful. Alright, see you next time.